Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Simonfuture with PSB Advanced Technology. We're out here growing the Helium network, and I hope you guys are checking out this amazing opportunity. All right, you know about the link, you know about the miner, and hey, if you want to order one, get it. If not, I really can give two flying because you know why? I'm not here to convince you. I know what I need to do, and I'm trying to level up. All right, so look, HNT is an IoT crypto project. It uses the proof of coverage consensus. We are building the infrastructure right now. All right, so what does that mean? That means to make the network happen, to allow the ability for IoT sensors and IoT devices to work, we need the network. So HNT has allowed you, anybody, me, the ability to put a hotspot, a router, gateway, whatever you want to call it. You put a device inside your house. You connect that device, all right? You connect it to the internet with an Ethernet cable, all right? You put it by a window, upstairs, if you can get an antenna to attach on the roof or outside, and that will start the process. We need to grow, we need to expand, we need to improve our world, our community. I'm working extremely hard at growing the IoT infrastructure in Harford County, Maryland. Most people have no idea what I'm talking about. But my goal is to create the smart state, the first smart state. I don't even know if that's possible. I don't even know if that exists. And if it does, sorry, but it doesn't exist in Maryland. And my goal is to establish the HNT proof of coverage network in the state of Maryland, connect the city to the suburbs, the burbs to the next city. So what? So why? So we can connect. We need to connect these devices. Now I'm gonna give you one real world example. To anybody that's a pet owner, and I am a pet owner. I love my dogs and cats. I had a Bengal. She passed away. Anyway, so say your pet goes outside, you lose track, and he or she gets lost. Well, you need to contact the company that owns the GPS sensor if you've put a sensor inside of your dog. Now, you can also purchase IoT collars. But, so you use that, and you have to wait for the company to ping the device, find out the location, and then they will contact the owner. Now, that process can take a while, and a lot can happen in between. God forbid, you know, my name of my dog is Buddy, and I will use his name for his example. Buddy runs out. Well, he did actually just run out and got out of the house. However, I have him fairly well trained, and he just wanted to play. So he didn't run away far. But either way, there was a moment where my kids, they were nervous. They didn't know where he was. They didn't know where I was. And they were freaking out. And when I came back to the house with Buddy, they were so relieved, and that moment made me realize how important this project is. PSB Advanced Technology, my company I established in 2010. We've been researching and developing AI, IoT, blockchain technology since the beginning. I'm not someone that's very good at networking, so this is my biggest flaw that I need to improve on, which is why I am creating this video. Nobody knows about my skill sets. How am I supposed to help people if they have no idea of my KSAs, knowledge, skills, and abilities? So this Cryptechology channel will be a vast majority of technology related content with a major focus on IoT and TLD domain ownership. I will also be preparing for our first annual virtual conference this June 2021. I will go over reading white papers for crypto projects. I will be revealing the things I've learned at the Open Source Hardware Summit of 2021 that I am super excited to attend, as well as the consensus sponsored by CoinDesk. So, being a advocate, tech geek, guru, and fairly not recent, but blockchain developer, I have my hands in this sector. I've been in this sector my entire life. My very first experience, just to give you a quick introduction of the type of person I am and the things I've done related to tech. When I was about 10 years old, 9 or 10 years old, I had the Sony PlayStation. But it didn't come from money, and getting PlayStation games were extremely expensive and difficult. I mean, you're talking about it would be like I would get one game and I couldn't get another game for like 6, 7, 8 months. And I was a very good gamer, and I would run through a game fairly quick, and I needed to shorten that time. So I taught myself how to put the chip inside the PlayStation. So when I inserted a disc, see, back in the day when we had to put the disc in, you could only use the CD-Rs. You couldn't use the CD-RWs, which were rewritable. So I taught myself how to put the chip inside the PlayStation, and then I would rent my video games from the local video store. It was actually called Ippy's Video, and I used to get them for $2.50, and I could rent it for 3 days or 2 days, and on that third day you had to bring it back. So you either had to rent the game multiple times or beat that game within that 3-day period, or you can make a copy of the game and then return the game and get a brand new game for $2.50. Now, I am not saying you need to go and do something. I am not advocating breaking any laws or doing this. I never sold these games for money or profits. I never told anybody about this story. Well, partially because we only had one computer, and it was in my dad's office, and I had to sneak into my dad's office in the middle of the night to teach myself how to do this and record the game and hide the files and remove it all in the night before my dad woke up and found out that I was in his office. So, but my parents didn't understand technology, and I never focused on my skills set. I was also an athlete, and a lot of people wanted me to play football. I was very good at it, but no one knew how to guide my skills because no one really understood what I was doing. And my infamous Apple story is when the iPod came out. I told my father about Apple and told him that they created this new device called an iPod. Now, they had MP3 players. I think it was like the Zune and a few other MP3 players on the market, but they weren't catching wind. They weren't going mainstream. They just couldn't get people to really move over. But the iPod was different. It had a platform. They already had a few other, PCs. They had a name for themselves already. And when the iPod came out, I specifically remember going to my dad and telling him, this is going to change music forever. I said, we're going to be going to a digital world. And people laughed at me. I remember, like, everyone thought I was crazy. No one believed anything I was saying. And, it is what it is. But it wasn't until last year my father actually came back and was like, you know what? You were right. Even though we know I was right many years before this, but I've been waiting for the day for my father to just admit to that. And he finally did. And this time around, I told him about blockchain technology. I also traded the stock market. That gave me the ability to finally generate some funds, to make some good investments, and to invest more into my company. So PSB Advanced Technology, we are focused on crypto mining, blockchain development, and growing the Helium network through proof of coverage consensus. Right now in our world, we are in a transitional time period. There are opportunities that's never been available before. I knew this opportunity was going to come again after I missed my Apple opportunity, after I missed that investment. And some people said in 2008, that could have been the time period. Well, that was only for those that actually had money at that time. If you didn't have money and if you didn't understand what was going on, you lost a lot of money, which many, many people did. A large portion of our population did. But now, in this transitional time period, the opportunities is finally available to the little guy. But a lot of people are looking in the wrong direction. And a lot of people are saying, man, I wish I knew about Bitcoin. Or, man, I wish I knew about Ethereum. I could have got in early. But this is just the beginning. Bitcoin, Ethereum, this is just the beginning. People think Ethereum is going to be the only blockchain, but that's not the case. Okay? It's impossible for them to be the only chain. So cross-chain projects is extremely important. So I would definitely recommend anybody to learn about it. And another thing is to focus on use cases with real world solutions. When you can have a company or a project that's actually have a use case where that use case is solving a real world problem or enhancing our world, that's what I'm talking about. So stay tuned. This is part 1 of a 4-part series, and let's level up together.